Well, good morning. Good morning. Am I 5x5? Can you see me and hear me okay? I can't read the comments right now, but if I am live, someone give me a 5x5 and we will get going. There we go. Awesome. Thank you, Myrna. Well, good morning, y'all. Today is May 25th, 2025. It is a beautiful day in New Mexico here. We are out a little bit early this morning because summer is heating up quick as the day rolls on. So you may be asking yourself, why is the camera at this angle? And where are your boots, Matt? And why do you look like a hippie? And these are all pretty valid questions. And to that, I will answer here shortly. But first, I want to say hi and talk about my Metabolic Herbal coffee here. Hopefully everyone's doing all right this morning and enjoying your morning, your day, whatever time it is where you're at. Excuse me. So first off, I'm going to give a little review on this coffee, and then we're going to hop into a DIY on how you guys can make it yourself. Then I'm going to explain why I'm barefoot. So that's what we got going this morning. First thing I notice about this coffee is it tastes kind of like a cross between almost like a little bit of a watery hot chocolate with coffee. It does taste like coffee. A little bit different, interesting, definitely something like a palate, being that I love coffee. Not very sweet. Now this doesn't have milk in it, so that's perfect for me. I do like to add that to my coffee. I don't need to add it to this. You may be asking, what is this? And we will get to that. But this is my Metabolic Herbal coffee. It's supposed to give me good natural energy, as well as a lot of other health benefits, without those jitters that traditional coffee can get you. So I am going to pause real quick, and we're going to walk over to the greenhouse, and I'm going to put my boots back on because I'm walking over some gravel here, and we're going to get right into the DIY. That's what you need. So I love coffee, and if you've been watching for any period of time, it is no secret that I drink too much coffee and can get very jittery. So I'm always looking for substitutes. Of course, tea. I do lots of herbal teas, but we're going to explain this. And it does have a couple ingredients I've really been trying to incorporate more into my diet. So to make this a little bit easier on this DIY, I shot a Grafted Herbal Corner video last night in the middle of the night. And I'm going to go ahead and play that off for y'all if you don't mind. First, let me check out the comments a little bit better. All right, let's see. So we got Verna in here. We got CDB in here. Looks like about 5 of y'all. Well, good morning. Welcome. Oh, no, you're cold. That's not good, Verna. It is getting hot here. So in New Mexico, right now, we're in about the upper 40s at night and then into the 90s in the day. And so it jumps pretty quick. This is what makes growing things like lettuce and stuff outside of the greenhouse and peas and things difficult here. But we got some of those going, and we will do a little bit of a garden tour. Hey, Aaron, good morning. Welcome. So just to recap a little bit this morning, we are talking about my Metabolic Herbal coffee, which is kind of somewhat of a coffee substitute. I'm going to play that video right now on making that. And then we're going to hop into why I was barefoot in the garden, talk about grounding for a quick second, and then some of the plants we got going around. So I hope you're all doing okay. Missed your live there last night, Aaron. And if I missed anyone in here, I do apologize. My comments are, let's see. I do like this coffee. It is good. Okay. So So I'm going to go ahead and hop right into this video. You guys can enjoy it. It's pretty short. It's a Grafted Herbal Corner making the Metabolic Herbal Coffee. Explain exactly what it is and why I'm really liking it. Here we go. Thanks, Morning Matt. Well, good evening and welcome back to the Grafted Branch Grafted Herbal Corner, where we're doing some more very overdue, mostly midnight homesteading. So today we're going to be doing a Metabolic Herbal Coffee. Metabolic Herbal Coffee is a warming blend that's designed to help support your metabolism to provide natural energy without the jitters of traditional coffee, or so I'll find out. So this is a pretty simple one to do. There's not a whole lot of ingredients in it. We'll go ahead and get to mixing it all together and making it. All right, so we don't have a whole lot of ingredients here. It's a pretty simple one. And we're gonna go ahead and just mix it right into our pot. So first step is we're gonna be using some green coffee bean extract. This is some I have here, just some green coffee bean powder, and we're going to want a tablespoon of that. This contains chlorogenic acids that may help aid in weight loss and helps to boost the metabolism. Woo! And it is not green. We're going to take 1 tablespoon. So next here, we're going to use some cinnamon. We only need half a teaspoon, and I'm going to use some ground cinnamon. I'm not going to grind this one, but cinnamon is known for regulating blood sugar levels and helping boost the metabolism as well. So we're going to use half a teaspoon of this, and just for good measure, I'm going to throw one of these sticks in there as well. I do like cinnamon. And we'll do half a teaspoon. And I don't need to go heavy on that because I got the stick in there. That right in. Third here is we're going to use ginger. Ginger is amazing at helping to stimulate digestion, and it helps with fat metabolism as well. I don't have any fresh ginger right now. My fresh ginger I actually planted in the greenhouse, so hopefully that will be growing. Right now I have some dry ginger, so you don't have to endure me grating it. Although fresh grated I do think is always best. So we need half a teaspoon of ginger as well. There we go. Fourth ingredient in here is turmeric. Turmeric is a superfood. It helps support inflammation reduction as well as digestion as well. And so in this one, we're going to use just a quarter of a teaspoon of turmeric. Next, we're going to go ahead and add a good tablespoon of cocoa powder. This helps to add a rich chocolatey flavor while supporting heart health as well. So we'll get a good tablespoon cocoa powder. Put that right in there. And lastly is we can add some honey. Either some honey or some stevia or something like that to add some sweetness will be great. So our instructions are to add all the ingredients into our pot. We're going to add 1 cup of water to that and bring it to a boil. So I'm going to turn that on high. We want to bring it to a boil. Stir that up just to kind of make sure it mixes in. So now our metabolic herbal coffee is coming to a boil. We want to go ahead and turn the heat down to a simmer. And we're going to let that simmer 5 to 10 minutes is what it calls for. We'll pick right in the middle and simmer that for 7. Back from our brief overboil because I wasn't paying attention. And we'll just let that simmer for about 7 minutes. Awesome. So it's been 7 minutes of simmering, and I'm going to strain the mixture out to get the bits of ginger out that are in there. We've made about 1 cup here. Of course, you can make a larger batch if you want. All right, awesome. And that is the Metabolic Herbal Coffee. This is, again, supposed to give you a natural energy boost without the jitters of traditional coffee and some other health benefits too. It is in the middle of the night, so I'm only going to taste this right now very briefly, and it's very hot too. Good smell. Very hot. Good taste. But I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to Morning Matt to give you guys a good feeling as to how it came out. And then when you're ready to drink it, just go ahead and add a little bit of honey to sweeten it up, let it cool, and enjoy. This can be stored in a jar in the refrigerator for up to about 2 weeks if you make a bigger batch. All right, so that is the Metabolic Herbal Coffee. It is a little bit more like a mud, I guess a thicker coffee. Tastes like coffee. You can taste the chocolate in it a little bit. I didn't add any milk, didn't need to, just a little bit of honey. This has turmeric, ginger, some powerhouse things, especially for the morning. Definitely, I feel like I have some energy from it, and I don't feel that jittery like you get with coffee sometimes. So definitely something I do suggest. You can make a big batch, throw it in the refrigerator, heat it up like I did here, and add a little bit of honey. So, Metabolic Herbal Coffee. I do think that's a winner. Back here, actually, you can see this is where I planted my ginger, and it is starting to pop up a little bit, so I'm hoping that grows. In the greenhouse here, we got this green fabric up, which is a 40% shade cloth. The sun is really intense here, so I'm hoping to grow some of the softer things like echinacea and some spinach that I could carry out and some of the stuff that normally dies off. But with that said, cool, I'm glad you guys are liking that. I'm going to go ahead and get to the second part of my live stream, and that is why I was barefoot this morning. So first of all, let's go get barefoot again. The garlic is going to get pulled out any day now. It needs to be out by the 1st of next month to get the corn in. This is a new bed as I'm heading over there. show a few things that we put in yesterday. If you didn't catch my short, take a look at that if you want. If you need to build some really cheap, easy, quick raised garden beds, these paver stones and these 2x6s from Home Depot, I think, are the way to go. Planted some more beans in here yesterday. Let's go ahead and walk around. My avocado tree is doing great. It's inside, and I got to get it outside before I can't. So hopefully we'll be showing that sometime soon. For now, we're heading into the garden. Don't forget to flex your toes when you're grounding. See, Verna knows what I'm doing, and I'm guessing she agrees. My wife told me I look like a hippie today. I kind of feel like one out here with my coffee substitute and my feet in the sand, in the dirt. And so that is what I'm doing. We're kicking off the boots, and we're doing what Verna said. We are doing some grounding, or some earthing, I guess it's kind of called. Sounds a little new agey, but I think it's worth a try. Plus, feels really darn good. Something I like. So this is something my wife, actually I had seen a little bit from Wrangler Star and a couple people I follow on YouTube. My wife had been watching, I guess, some different things, and saw the same thing. And so we kind of decided in the morning, when we can, best we can, we're going to take our coffee or coffee substitute there, and we're going to take a stroll through the garden with our feet in the dirt. And so I got a couple facts here. This is something we kind of jumped into without knowing a lot about it. I've done a little bit more research and will continue to do so. Always suggest y'all do your own research, but there's nothing that can really hurt you from it, I don't believe. I'm going to read some facts here and stuff. So, first of all, y'all, do you want to see me or do you want to see my feet? Aaron says grounding's great. Hey, so you guys are right on the page. All right, well, I'll just give a couple facts quickly then, and then while I finish the garden tour, I'm going to do it with the feet in the dirt. So grounding or earthing, what it is, it's connecting your body to the earth via direct contact. So putting your feet in the dirt for about 30 minutes to an hour a day at least. The main concept here is transferring electrons from the earth to your body to produce a reduction action. So the surface of the earth, the grass, the whatever, is covered in free electrons, things like that, and whatnot, right? And so you're going to be picking those up. And what this is doing is reducing oxidative stress, supposedly, from what I found out, in your body. And that can do quite a few different things. It takes free radicals in your body, and it adds that extra electron to it. And so that neutralizes it so it can't affect other cells. And this is all just from sticking your toes in the dirt. Now, this is where I put disclaimer on my paper here. And I got to give that I am no doctor, no medical, nothing like that. Everything we're given today and usually is natural means to increase your body's functionality. And so I got here under my hat a couple other things, and we'll go up to my face. Bugs are normal, CDB. Yeah, glass pieces. So that's why I have my boots here, actually, because we're an urban homestead. Before we moved here, there was lots of goat heads and glass and things in the dirt. And so I know my garden is safe, and I know different safe areas, but I don't go everywhere barefoot yet. Okay, so I'm going to give a couple things here that this supposedly can do for your body. And number one, this is reducing inflammation in the body and therefore helping to reduce pain. Number two, and this is kind of a 4-category thing, it can help reduce blood pressure, reduce blood viscosity, and that is very important, improve your circulation, and accelerate wound healing. By adding that electron into the bloodstream itself. It causes your blood to be less viscous, so able to flow better, not quite as thick. Reduce resistance to the circulation. Number 3, it can help reduce stress, improve sleep, and improve energy as well. So, of course, do your research whenever you're adding something new. These are different things I found, but when I was looking at it, it kind of made a lot of sense to me, because with adding shoes and rubber soles and all these things that are kind of new, people used to go barefoot a lot. We're insulating ourselves from the earth. And I do think that, without sounding new agey, that connecting yourself to the earth is important, and definitely something I enjoy. So this is something me and my wife are trying out, doing some grounding. and see how that affects us along with some other things. So let me come over here and grab the camera off this tripod. And I can't read comments too well because I'm on the phone again. So I'm going to take a little stroll through the garden, and then we'll head back to the greenhouse where I can get more comments. But I can see a few. Hey, morning, Palmetto. Good to see you. We're getting our toes in the sand today, doing a little grounding, drinking some Metabolic Herbal coffee. And I'm just kind of showing around the garden a little bit, how things grow in my zone in the desert here, things that shouldn't grow that we got going. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to walk around here because this is what I want to show everyone some of my favorite plants. Got a lot of those done this year. Some of my favorites I didn't get in, but yarrow. Yarrow is an amazing plant. You cut yourself out here, make a poultice of some of these leaves and put that in there, and that'll stop the bleeding. Well, there's so many uses, I can't even go through them all, but there is the yellow yarrow. All right, so we're just going to walk around. This is my toothache plant, and it's coming in real good. We're going to get more of those seeds out. I know I still haven't gotten some of them out because I had run out. And there's a lot of various things in here, but these are snow peas. These are something we've never had success with here. It just gets too hot too soon. Like I said, here it's like 40 something at night and then 90 something in the day. So they die off real quick. But this year we did get some. We got some good crop. And I contribute. Oops. Where'd it go? I lost it. No. No. And you might see some trash around. We're an urban homestead. Whenever it gets windy, which is about every day, we get all kinds of weird stuff blow around in here. All right, let's try these out. Woo. Tasty peas. So these, I think, are growing here well, mostly because of plants around them. They get blocked from the really hot afternoon sun. And then shade structures and things kind of help that going. Okay. Over here are radishes. These can grow. They don't take very long. You can keep planting them, and they'll go for a while there. These are ready to eat. Hey, there's my buddy.
Are you throwing my peas on the ground?
I threw one of your peas on the ground. There's a spicy mom. Yeah, are you going to take your shoes off too? Solo, you going to take your shoes off? We're grounding, Solo. Is this why you're so healthy?
Yes, he does it every day.
Yep. Let's see, back here we got some beans that are growing up. These are pole beans, and they'll grow up along this lattice and hopefully fill that in and provide even more shade from the brutal afternoon sun that comes in this direction. And then my wife planted a bunch of things up here that are popping up. I'm not sure what those are. Yeah. Farmer Casey may join. Calendula is coming in. Everything we got growing in several places around. In case there's a problem in one area, we got a little creative redundancy there, right? Little boy who got parasite worms from Mike and Linda's barn. Oh boy, we're not talking about that. Solo, out. Asparagus is doing good. We've stopped eating it, and now we're letting it, fern out and grow. This is something that's cool. Casey. So when I was very little, much younger than you, we were in Oregon. I remember eating blackberries off the bushes, and it was one of my memories. This is something that shouldn't grow in New Mexico here, I don't believe. At least not where we're at on the mesa.
Yeah.
It needs a lot more moisture and things like that, right? What is it?
Blackberries.
Blackberries. Look at this blackberry bush, and they're all over it. Do you like blackberries?
Yeah.
Casey likes the strawberries. He's going to show us. So these boxes were some of the first that we got in this garden. Got those from Grandpa. What do you think? Much better straight from the. They're spreading out, which is nice. We got pinto beans over here too. Those are all popping up. All kinds of things. I'm not pointing everything out because again, we're getting our feet in the dirt, in the sand. That's the goal. And walking around looking at things. So we're gonna do. My wife does the squashes, the zucchinis and squashes in the cages. She does them vertically, and that helps us to be able to come and get any squash bugs off and things like that. This one's about ready to pick. That's a zucchini. couple zucchinis here. And then we got some squashes growing in this box. Calabecitas, yes. And so this year we didn't get a couple of main things that we do. Well, they might be voluntary growing, but we're not sure. And that's the loofahs and the snake gourds. We kind of always do those, but she may have thrown some seeds somewhere.
No, I found seeds sprouting up. Remember on the outside of the chicken coop.
Uh-oh. Yeah. So I want to see what Palmetto said, because his is different. That's where the stereotype of Southerners being dumb came from, because the worm doesn't survive the winter up north. Okay. Uh-oh, I flipped something. I don't know what I flipped.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, let's keep going. Muscadine grapes are coming in. Ooh, we got to get to that back area, though, because I want to show everyone the grapes over there. Should I go barefoot? I think I'll be okay. Look, here's a little candy corn pumpkin growing.
You're still a little city boy.
So I have boots on all the time. Jeans and boots, that's what I wear everywhere I go. Mostly because I cut myself and things a lot. So I have not been grounding. This is something new for me. I don't even wear shorts. You guys are going to get a lot of shots of my feet today. We got all kinds of things over here. Chamomile's coming in good. Those our teas are going to be coming soon. We're waiting for harvest season and trying to get a little bit better of a plan so we're not out. Oh yeah, the walking onions. You want to see those? Walking onions are great. I talk about them all the time. That's something everyone should have in their garden. And soon I'll have some bulbs I can be mailing out too that will go on the website. Probably, well, a couple of weeks maybe, but they're over here. And the whole goal today is walking around for half an hour to an hour barefoot. So we're going to do a lot of walking. These are the walking onions. Look how good they're doing. So all these, they'll bulb out on the end, and you can see. And so in a couple of weeks, I'll cut these heads off and I'll mail those out to whoever needs or replant them. The ones I don't cut off will fall and walk. But you eat these green onions, you eat the stalk for green onions. The bottom tastes like kind of like little shallot onions. Real good. You gonna show anything, or am I gonna walk over there? Sunflowers everywhere.
I kept picking a whole bunch of strawberries and all of them were half eaten. So I had to do like a little strawberry graveyard now.
You had to wear boots less often and carry less things on your belt because it was causing back pain. Oh, okay. I've been having a lot of neck pain and different things like that lately, so I've definitely been doing things to try and proactively get at that. All right, let's see. Peppers everywhere. You'll see them everywhere. Ooh, look at this banana pepper. So these are cayennes and banana peppers. Look at this banana pepper. Yum, yum, yum. Doesn't that look good? I think the little chickens are back here. Little silkies. So we've had plumbing issues we've been trying to fix. Actually, I also got in an accident, so we've had my truck getting fixed. So my projects have been even more delayed than usual. So we're still waiting on that. The new little Orpington Buffs are actually now out with the others. So they're running around. First, let's check here and see if we got some extra protein. Yes, me and family are increasing our protein a lot, doing our version of a carnivore diet for a few, just to get back on track. There's another zucchini. So we did a lot of things from seed, and we planted a lot of extra. And so we kind of now we're at the point where we were just sticking things everywhere. These ones are the Genovese Costavoso, I believe, or something like that. All right. Now I haven't had the chickens out in here. They've been in their cage because we've been planting or in their run. So I'm not going to step in chicken poop. So I'm all right. Hey, you guys, look at. Well, the ants will get me, but that's okay. So where's the new little guys? Let's see. Well, I'm not going to go in there. I'm just going to look. Miss Betty, because the new ones are back there. We'll go see them over there. They're all out and about. They're getting along. There's some of that to be.
I was going to show you where these popped up, and I think they're either loofah or snake gourd.
Now these two we bought, or these three, because these ones we couldn't get going. And I did say at the beginning, our goal was to do everything from seed. Want to know how to do that, but it's great being able to buy some. So we got rosemary that we wanted another one. More oregano and tarragon. These are good things for the birds too. So they're back here. Lemongrass and cayenne peppers, all good for the birds. What are we looking at?
So these popped up, and I don't know if they're snake gourds or loofahs, but they're volunteer.
Okay. All right, CDB. Do you have serranos? I eat those almost every day, whatever I'm cooking. So I eat cayennes almost every day in what I'm cooking. You were asking for serranos. So in the Mexican dishes we cook, what's it called?
So I found out that once they're dried, like we found out that jalapenos turn into chipotles. They are actually chili adobo, which is what red chilies are.
Seca, yeah, chili adobo. Yeah. And so we don't have serranos. I cut a couple of my peppers out this year just because we had so many. So this year we did banana peppers, cayenne peppers, habaneros, of course, you know, bell peppers and all that stuff, but habaneros, a couple others. I cut ghost pepper out. I cut the apocalypse pepper out and the serranos because we didn't use them last year. But those are ones I'm going to have to buy a plant of because my wife wants them. So that was a mistake. These are the new ones. Look at them. They're very friendly. I really like Orpington Buffs and Silkies. They're my favorite. The bed we grew tomatillos in last year had half a dozen volunteers. Yep. We grew tomatillos last year too, and they're popping up like volunteers. Those plants are awesome, and they're ones I like to point out in the garden. I think you should have because they just kind of will grow. You don't have to do a lot. The walking onions. This is another one of them. This is sunchokes or Jerusalem artichokes. These things are extremely invasive. I have to fight to keep them here. We have them here in another area too, but they'll go everywhere. I really don't have to care for them much. They do their own thing. They grow real tall, like 10 feet tall, and provide shade.
The other area I like best because it's an above ground pit that is much easier for me to dig out when I'm harvested.
Right. Well, and then like that's good to point out because like the herbs that we're doing for the teas, things we're selling, those we have in pots. You'll kind of see around or more self-contained areas, so we can know exactly what it is and it's more controlled, right? So we do that with some of our other things too. So these ones you can always benefit off of sunchokes. They can give you gas, but you can boil them, cook them in certain ways that it can alleviate some of that. Here's something new, and this is poisonous to dogs, so it's back here, but these are ground cherries. So we're going to grow some of those. This is what I mean by these. Sunchokes are invasive. They will go everywhere, under the wall, everywhere. More cayennes, another tomato. Here's cucumbers. This is something else we kind of failed with this year. I didn't start them inside. The plan was to direct sow them. Our weather was kind of weird this year, as I'm sure it was for a lot of people, where we had real hot and then real cold and then hot, and our frosts were kind of strange. Cucumbers were not a very big success. We got a couple of them going though, and some more popping up. So there might still be time. This is a microclimate area, so even though we're in 7A, 7B, this area, because of the shade, the greenhouse, and this wonderful grape thing, gets a microclimate over here. So it does stay shadier, cooler. Hopefully that will grow. Matt, I can send you some seeds of hot pepper varieties. That would be awesome, Aaron. Yeah, send me some things, and I'll mail you back a box of some things. If there's anything you see that you might want, or I'll just send some cool stuff. Help me with the MPIP and all that. Time has gotten away. Been fixing our own plumbing. We've been again without the washer and dishwasher and kitchen sink and all that, and was able to get that fixed without a plumber as a family effort. We all got that done together and saved a lot of money. So that took a lot of time, but life's just crazy. Look at these grapes though. These are Concord grapes. Last year I had loofahs, and because the loofahs aren't going strong this year, the grapes are going up here. So look at this though. This is just fun. Come on now. These grapes are going to be hanging down. They're going to grow up into the aviary and hang down. So I think that's awesome. Okay. There's one other thing I do want to point out too, as I'm kind of showing some of the plants we didn't get done and why, and some different stuff. And it's this peach tree. Because of that weird weather this year, our peach tree blossomed really early, and then it froze and it killed a lot of those blossoms. And so we didn't get nearly as many peaches this year. We have some. Let me see if I can find one to point out. There's a few. There's probably a dozen of them on the tree, but there is not a lot this year. See, I can't even find one right now. And then the birds too. Oh, there's one. the birds too, pulling at them. So didn't get a huge harvest, but you know what? That's okay, because last year we got so many. We got like 20 pounds of peaches in the freezer probably. And so that's important about preserving. So I had mentioned kind of briefly that we're going to be doing this carnivore diet for a month or two here, our version of it. And you're thinking, wow, you're showing me this garden and all this, and these are things that aren't on the carnivore diet, besides the eggs and birds. But that's good, because a lot of what we focused in on this year anyways was on foods that we can preserve and we can put on the shelf. That's something that's really important to us. We don't want to be wasting that. So for example, Roma tomatoes, so we can make a lot of tomato paste, crushed tomatoes, things like that. Went real pepper heavy. Those can all be preserved. Berries can be made into jams and things like that. So a lot of things that we can preserve. Beans, dried beans, potatoes, whatever, that we can hold back, garlic, until we're ready to use them. The carnivore diet, we're just going to kind of do our version of that to help clear out the system and get ready and going for the summer. And we can talk about that a little bit more later. For now, I'm going to take these feet that have been walking in the dirt for almost half an hour now, and we're going to head over to the greenhouse where we can sit and talk. Was there anything you wanted to show? No, Casey's tired. All right. See, we got sage and bunching onion, parsley, dill. These are cayenne peppers, and we got 2 different cayenne peppers. These are some of our own, and I got a hybrid at some point between the 2. So some of them stick straight up like this, and some of them stick down like a normal pepper. And I think my hybrid, possibly. They're still very hot and good. This is where I have my adult-only joke. No?
Casey's right here.
Run over there, Casey. These are morning peppers, whereas the other ones are evening peppers. That's enough of that. Are you sitting in here watching?
Well, I saved you because there was.
Oh, did you get a piece? Yep. See, so when we moved in here, this yard was nothing. It was less than nothing. I spent the entire first year digging out weeds that are thicker than my legs, just goat heads everywhere, broken bottles and glass and ticks, carpet. This was not taken care of whatsoever. It was all just a mess. And so we spent that whole first year, and we're still picking out glass and things. Kind of scary, but you know what? We're blessed to have what we have, and we're getting it mostly taken care of. And we're getting the soil broken down and changed with the chickens and is that some permaculture type stuff, right? All right, I'm going to grab this tripod so I can go back into the greenhouse and chat for a few before we wrap it up, and I can see comments there. All right, and I saw one we making good use of our space. So we're trying to do a combination of vertical gardening, so growing up and over, as well as down below, companion planting to make use of the space, the square foot. So like growing tomatoes and cutting all the bottom leaves off, and then growing basil or other things underneath. Oh boy, you'll get a lot of that. And we still got a few of y'all in here. Y'all are troopers. I am going to set this, well, maybe I won't set it down. You're on your 3rd property covered with perennial food, but only the 2nd one you own. Oh, okay. So you got a property you don't own that you got some food growing on too? All right, let's do this. You own 2 though, that is cool. Talk about diversifying. Getting your eggs out of one basket, right? That's kind of the goal. I was talking with my wife, and of course our goal here is we want to get on a bigger piece of land. We're developing skills now and the things we need so that when we upscale to a bigger piece, we kind of know what we're doing a little bit better, as well as all the benefits that just come along with doing what we're doing. And so we do want to be on a bigger piece of property. I would like kind of several smaller pieces here and there to set up some things on, but who knows what the world what it holds. Come here, Solo. Oh, you want to see Casey's fort update? I don't know if he wants to see that. He sure is growing. Yep, that's what Verna says. Love the trellis plants. Looks great. Thank you. Away from keyboard. Verna's away. That's all right, Verna. We're probably going to be alive for about another 5-10 minutes. I like to keep them kind of short. We get my grounding in, and then I'm going to hop off. So this coffee, I'm going to try it cold and see how it is. Also, I can hear a lot of the commercial property people around us going. So, started planting small permaculture perennial orchards when I was renting a house in the burbs. Then you got 1.64 acres and made slightly bigger one. Yeah, awesome. Yep, that's what we want to do. That's kind of our goal. Now you moved 1,000 miles and are doing it again. That's awesome. Never stop, right? Because even though what you're doing is you're developing skills and habits and all that, and that is invaluable. So, yep. You don't. That's where it's at. Okay, let me scroll up here a little bit. Matt, oh yeah, that was Aaron saying he send me seeds. That would be awesome. I'll send some stuff back. All right, so I think I'm kind of caught up. I just want to see if I missed anything. Oh, back before people knew better, they walked barefoot through manure and got hookworms. Okay, yep. Don't walk in manure. Yeah. So I did have an issue with something like that when I was a kid. That's what my father was saying, and there I'll talk about that sometime. You're also leaving blessings behind for people you may never meet. As awesome. That's kind of why I prep too. That's one of the caveats. One of the things I say is that I don't prep necessarily for me. I do it for, I may not be for me. Who knows? Maybe I don't make it and someone comes along and finds my stuff, and that's to bless them. Or like when we move off this property, the things I've been battling is, do I keep building stuff and trying to progress here? Or do I just stop doing that and save it for when we do move? And I kind of came to the conclusion that I want to keep working and doing things while I'm here for several reasons. One, I'm learning, I'm growing. Two, I can make things where I can move them, some of them. But three really is just that. What I can't move and can't take, I can leave here, and like the chicken coop and stuff. And hopefully I can bless someone with that, and they will do the same. Hey, look at that. StreamYard's putting comments on the screen. Can you guys see that? Honestly, miss the peach tree more than some of the family you left behind. That's pretty funny. Oh, I don't have them out here. This peach tree I grew from a pit that came from my wife's family's tree. And so it has some sentimental value there and stuff. And so we grew this peach tree. I love it. We've saved all these pits. And this year, one of our goals that we need to get on quick is getting all these peach pits planted. And we want to grow up a lot of these little trees here in the greenhouse and extend the greenhouse and sell some of those, keep them, and then transplant them. But those peaches are good, aren't they? One of the best things I've ever tasted, and I'm a big like steak and potatoes type person, but was when we got married and we stayed at this neat hotel that night. In the morning, they served a brunch, breakfast. And one of the things they gave me was some, I hear people fighting, was some peach jam, peach preserve they had made, and some cherry tomatoes you can tell came right out of the garden. They just cut in half and put in there. And I thought that was kind of strange. Oh, and I think it had some basil in it too. And I thought it was kind of strange, but I ate it, scooped it up and ate it like that. Oh man, it was so good. So I'm in zone 7A, 7B. We're kind of interesting here. We're in the high desert, New Mexico. I also sit up on a mesa. So that's a extremely high tabletop of dirt where we're just baked by the sun. We sit at about 7,000 feet up. So we're high elevation. And we get, I say 7A, 7B, that's what we're in, but it really seems to fluctuate. It's a tough area to grow here. And the sun is hot and brutal, and the winters and the nights are cold. What zone are you in, Palmetto? Cool. but I am going to be wrapping today up. And so I'm going to finish up my grounding and then get about some stuff before I have to get to work. So as I always like to do, I'm going to leave the last couple minutes here. Oh, you rock, bud. Look what Casey brought me. You want to show him? Oh, I dropped a few. Look at all these peach pits we saved. And so we're going to try and plant these, right? And we're going to crack them open and do the whole thing. You went from 8B to 6B. Oh, wow, that's quite a change. Yeah. That is. So I'd like to leave the last few minutes to anyone that may have some questions, comments, anything you want to say, and we'll hop off. At least now you have shot at growing apples and cherries. Up. Do you guys hear that alarm going off? Solo wants to say hi. Say hi, Solo. All right. Well, I'm going to hop off. Thank you guys for joining. I do appreciate it. If you want to see that Metabolic Herbal Coffee video again, or recipe, I'm going to post that as a standalone video here shortly. And other than that, you know, get out there, live today with purpose, this week with purpose. Give a little thought into what you're doing and why as you're doing it. Other than that, thank you guys so much for joining. I won't read everyone off today, but I appreciate you all so very much. Have a good day. Get out there, do the thing, stay strong. Thank you, Brenda, for moderating.